I can feel the balance shifting. Familiar faces.
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Shut that off. Let's activate the Roomy Cam. I actually have a second webcam. I should probably set that up for the window. There we go. What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We've got we've got a lot to discuss today. A lot to talk about today. We have a piece of tape. We have an update to the Maestro team fight. A new champion has come forward. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We got some Starboard stuff to talk about. We've got some new hero teases, maybe, but we are going to be rocking and rolling. Going to be rocking and rolling. Let's get right into this tease. This tease is something that just popped up a couple of hours ago on Hero Wars Alliance. Thea is missing. The balance is shifting. This is a teaser. It's something to do with the upcoming season on Hero Wars Alliance. Need to open up the game here. There we go. Try to open the game. Thought we would watch this together. If you haven't watched the short already, it seems to be a little spooky. Seems to be a little spooky for February, right? No sound at all. Louis, my audio is coming through, so check your system. Check your system. Yeah, let's check it out.
I can feel the balance shifting. Familiar.
I mean, we have
faces
zombies in the
leap.
woods, right?
I can feel the balance shifting. Familiar faces leaving
There's
the
Thea's
forest.
staff.
Naive fledglings.
It
I
says.
can feel the balance
So
shifting.
let's use context clues here.
Familiar faces leave.
Familiar faces leaving the forest. What does that mean? Well, unfortunately, it seems like Nox has crashed. It seems like my Nox has crashed. Stay offline. Nox player not responding, of course. Close the program. Can we do it? Can we load? Thea or Helium? You mean Helios? It's Thea staff. It's Thea staff for sure. There we go. Okay, so the important thing to note here is that Thea is a way of nature hero, right? Thea is a way of nature hero. Familiar faces leaving the forest. So to me, this is implying probably a new skin for Thea. Maybe a rework for Thea. Could be just a Thea rework, right? Familiar faces leaving the forest. Of course, it's a little spooky forest, I guess.
Leaving the forest.
Okay.
Naive fledglings taking.
Naive fledglings taking their place, and you can see in the background, you can see, I believe you can see, there's Birna, and I can't quite make out who the other person is, but I guess we can go look at the post itself. Maybe it shows it later on in the video. And we'll take a look at that as we get deeper into it. Not quite sure who that is off to the left there. The words are kind of in the way, and you can't hide text on Reels like you can on TikTok, so we can't quite see it. Naive fledglings taking their place is a reference to new way of nature heroes being added in. So you have Thea here is a way of nature. Right? It's definitely her staff. It's definitely her staff. Other way of nature heroes, Ninja Turtles, Aurora, Mushi, Thea, Alvinor, Oya, huh. Darkstar, Mojo, Zhu, Chaba, Elmir, Yasmin, Birna, and Maya, right? So, naive fledglings taking their place. We can't quite see who that other champion is there. That's okay. Oh, it's Maya. It's Maya. It's got the wings. She's got little fairy wings now. So it's Maya. There's Maya and Birna right there. It's clearly Maya. Could be Peppy to the right. That's either Birna or oh yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Birna. Yeah, maybe it's Oya. Oya's got the big hooked sword. Never can get these skills to load. I think it's Oya with the sword there.
With a new threat looming over us all.
A new threat looming over us all. So I think what's happening here is something's happening with Thea. I don't know who this is. Female, control type. Right? I don't know. Thea's missing the balance of shifting. Join the Nature Guardians in the upcoming season as they face the newest Dominion threat. So I think this has something to do with Thea. I think Thea is going to become a baddie. A bad girl, excuse me, not a baddie. She's going to become an antagonist. A bad guy. Bad gal.
But heed my...
So here are the, so it's Maya, Alvanor, and Birna. Heed my words, demons.
Demons. Nature never yield.
Really, really cool picture, by the way. Really, really cool picture. I should have made this my thumbnail. I guess there's still time to make it my thumbnail. Really, really cool picture. Huge, huge fan of that picture. We are going to change the thumbnail. It's such a cool picture, we are changing the thumbnail. Position 2 back. A little bit lighter. There we go. Really, really cool picture. Very cool picture. Big fan of that picture. All right, now let's attach the thumbnail here. Let's see, stream settings, edits. Okay. There we go. Nice, 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 nice. So the new season's coming soon.
I can feel.
It's a nice little teaser to the upcoming season. Of course, the current season will be ending in 11 days. It's featuring Drain. You know, we had the Light Titan Summoner last month, or was it the month before? I can't quite remember. Hey, where's my OBS? There you are. We had the Light Titan Summoner last month, maybe the month before. And, of course, we had Birna added, I think the month before that. Drain is the protagonist for this season. We're going to get some kind of nature season. Probably the Darkness Summoner. You think the Darkness Summoner is going to be going up against the heroes, though? I don't think so, Brentis. But it could be, I guess. I guess it could be. Let's take another look at her. Let's take another look at her.
I can feel the balance booming over us all.
I mean, you can actually make her out. Let's use some movie magic. Let's make some movie magic here. Because we can absolutely make out this face. Let's see if they've given us enough. Okay, so we go into adjust. We need to increase the brightness. Lower the contrast. Highlights. No, let's leave the highlights the same. Shadows. Huh. I mean, there's our protagonist right there. There she is. Who dis be? Who dis be? Could be, like I said, it could be a Thea. Let's go to heroes, nature. Is it Thea? It's very similar to Thea. Look at the horns. Yep, sub-simp. Yeah. I don't know. She's got a very similar body shape. Like, you can tell in the way that her hips look. Maybe not. The demons overpowered Thea and captured her. She left her magic staff behind. Will the nature faction heroes rescue Thea in time? Will Kai intervene to save this beautiful damsel in distress? Yep. Looks like Hela from the last Thor movie. Yeah, probably. Yep. She got a diamond for the third eye. Huh. Krista? A kind of Zisha? Could be. I mean, Zisha's already in Hero Wars Alliance, though, so it's not like... Some of her proportions aren't accurate, though. Like, this girl is a... like a strong B or a C cup, and Thea's a little thicker. She's a little thicker. I don't know. It says in the text here... as they face the newest Dominion threat. I guess it could be, theoretically, it could be a new hero that's a bad guy. It could just be a new story arc. It could just be part of the adventure. Oh, there we go. We have a dead battery. Stephen Pan. Okay. Turns out we have a bad battery. Easy peasy. So this Chevy Equinox that we have, the computer sits on top of the battery. So you got to like take a bunch of stuff apart to get to the battery. I can change the battery out in my vehicle pretty well. But like moving the computer and the fuse box and everything on there. Yeah, I want a professional to do it. So I want a professional to do it. It's going to cost me an extra $100 probably. Well, it will cost me an extra $100 to have a professional do it, but yeah, it's inconvenient. Chevy Equinoxes, they're built for, they just shove everything in there. New battery, easier to change on older vehicles. New ones make it hard. Yeah, dad jokes. My FJ Cruiser, which is just a couple of years older than her Equinox. Okay, Stephen Pan is not here. How about Dacio Prifty? My FJ Cruiser is just like, it's just like right there. You just unbolt it, and bonk. It's super easy. DP, this car was purchased before. This is not my car. This is her old car. And she purchased it before she even knew me. Dead battery tier. That takes me back. I wish I could find that. I should probably spend some time trying to find that a video from that so I can find that. I need to find that graphic. I need to find that graphic. Yeah. Okay, well, today's Wednesday, which means that there was a ton of stuff talked about in the Starboard. I thought we would chat about that a little bit. There's a bunch of things that were discussed here. Some are significant, others are not. But generally speaking, if you have a question, or if you want to see something changed, or if you want somebody to respond to you, a community manager to respond to you, if you go to the official Hero Wars Discord, and this goes for mobile, this goes for Facebook and web as well. If you go to the official Hero Wars Discord and you make a statement, you ask a question, and enough people put a star emoji on your comment, then every Wednesday, the community managers will answer your questions, or at least most of your questions. So, open free for all as an option in Tower. Thanks for the suggestion. I will pass it along. So what this is referencing is this right here. So in the Tower, there are two options. If you have the Tower on full clear mode, there's two options. You can open all chests for 2,300 emeralds. You can choose the chests. All right. If you choose the chests, you can choose up to 45 by spending extra emeralds. All right. But you open them for free. It just takes time, right? So 2,300 opens 45 chests. If I choose the chests, then I'm going through here and I'm selecting which chest that I want. I see the reward and I can buy the extra rewards if I want to, and then proceed. This person is asking for the ability to automatically pick at random one chest from each tier all the way up. Instead of having to pick a chest and then deciding, or just picking one chest because you're a free-to player and moving forward, this person is interested in that. I don't see them ever adding this because it would de-incentivize people from spending the 2,300 emeralds. All right, let me say that again. If they added the ability to choose for free 15 chests, or to manually pick and buy extra, like I can buy extra right here, and then the third choice, which is the existing choice, is to spend 2,300 emeralds to spend it all. They will not do that. They will absolutely not do that. It is a good thing for the player base because it speeds up your day, all right? There are already people using third-party applications like scripts and stuff like that, auto-clickers, to go through here and open all the chests for them so that it's free, that they don't have to spend any time thinking about it. But the idea is twofold. It's not just about collecting all of the rewards. It's not just about that. It's about the time savings. If you want to save time, you have to spend the emeralds. So they will never add the ability. They will never add the ability for the game to randomly pick 15 chests for you out of the Tower for free. They never will do that. There's no way. I'd love to have a scroll bar to go back through all the chests again if you want to choose extras. That's a cool idea. That's a cool idea. I've been asking for that quality. I've been asking for the quality of life. Yeah, I think it'd be good, but I don't think it'll ever happen. It doesn't open all 45 chests if you're not paying. Yes, only 15. Dad Joke Savant, no idea. We've asked for that information many times. Like, what is the actual rates for, the items, right? Is it 33%? Is it 50 to get the, the tower coins, all of that? Automatic dungeon using 35 deviation cards. Okay. The tower received a serious upgrade on mobile. Yeah, the tower on mobile is a lot more interactive. It's a lot better. It's a lot better on mobile. So this will never happen. She says, thanks for the suggestion. I will pass it along, but it will never happen. It will never happen. The next Starboard request is about shops staying open. So the problem with event shops, and this goes for all versions of Hero Wars as well, the problem with event shops is there's no consistency. Some event shops stay open for an additional day, allowing people to spend their event currency. Some event shops do not. Now, the problem that comes in is when we're lazy and we don't pay attention and we can't read, okay? No offense to this original poster. I really hate the shop not staying open the extra 24 hours. This individual and I, this individual on Discord goes out of their way to argue with me a lot, even going so far as to pull up messages from months ago to try to make a point again. And I'm not I'm not going to say that I disagree with their question here, because it's not actually the problem. The problem is consistency. Either have them all close when the event ends, or have them all stay open for one extra day. Now, somebody in the chat, somebody in the comments is going to say, well, Charlie, all of the hero events featuring skin stones always have one extra day. Hypothetical. While all of the Titan events do not have the extra day. All of the Legacy of the Great One events, so that's the hero artifact events, they always have one extra day. Whereas the Great Storm, the pet event, never does. So they are consistent, the events. That's not what I'm saying. I want all events to be consistent. I want all of the events, new hero events, 3-day events, 7-day events, 10-day events, 2-week events. I want them all to be consistent. Keep the shop open for one more day, or have the shop end at the end of the event. Right? The problem with this comment here, the problem that I have with this comment is that it is very explicitly explained. Very, very, very clearly explained in every single event when the shop is going to end. Every single event. It's always explained. The special unique events like Happy Birthday to Minion, which is coming up in March, right? That will have a shop, and it will have an end time, and they will discuss what time that shop will end. It will specifically say in the event announcement, let me find one right here. It will usually say in the event announcement, whatever, well, that's not a good, this one maybe? Yeah. So they always say, well, the shop stays until January 30th. So here it's explicitly stating that the shop is staying open, right? If they said the shop, ends when the event ends. Oh no, how long have I been streaming with music that's not my music? That's not good. That's not good. It's gonna be heavily demonetized. How long has that been going? Hopefully it's not been too loud, but oh well, we'll figure it out. We'll deal with it after. This is a consistency issue, right? So you have to go someplace else to see this? Yeah, it needs to be explained better. You're right, Darth Pandas. It needs to be explained better. It needs to be consistent across. Demonetized? Yeah, this whole live stream is going to be demonetized now. Womp womp. That's okay. Let's see. On to the next one. So, okay, a reminder, we desperately need an option to open all Matryoshka style items. Yes, thank you. This has been brought up by players before, and we'll make sure to raise it again. So this concern has to do with the items like dolls that open into more dolls. Like, this is not enjoyable. Having to open this and then open it again and then open it again. Like, it's not enjoyable. So this person is looking for a way, an option to open all of them, right? An option to open all of the dolls at once. It should say it in game on the event. Oh, yeah, it absolutely should say it in game. It absolutely should say it in game. It should. You know what? That's actually probably a more applicable, a more reasonable request. I still think that the consistency is a big issue, but also not having it explicitly stated on the event in the info. Yeah, unless it is. Like, there's rules. There's no shop here. None of these have shops. Legacy of the Great Ones. Shop. No. There's no info. Like... Yeah, like, they should have it... If there's a shop, it should be, like, very, very broadly stated right here. Like, the timing. You see, like, music? I changed it to a... I changed it to a friendly... I changed it to a friendly recently played. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 songs worth. Oh, man. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, it needs to be right here. Like, it needs to be right here. It needs to be right here. Yeah. Consistency is key. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I agree with this 100%. I don't know what they got to do to make this happen. Right? I don't know what they got to do to code this. Does it need to have a separate button? Does it need to have a separate button on here? Use, open all. Open all. You know what I mean? I don't know how they would code that. Is there some kind of like chain opening option? I don't know. I agree with it though. I think it needs to be done. Let's see. Not that one. Okay, that's the one we just opened, so we are on this one. Here we go. Next question is about Hero Titan introduction events. Please have the event shop open for 24 hours after the other events are handled. Already answered it. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah. I think that, as another point of fact here, the main problem with event shops is the lack of consistency. And I will admit that, like Darth Pananis has stated, having to go and look at a social media post to see when actually the shop does end, or, for example, during the various Hero and Titan events, really, you're just going to lock up? Maybe I should close some of these. Close all these other ones. Close. We can keep that one closed. Close window. Okay. Close that. Let's open this. There we go. So like during for example, the events here, they have the guides that explains the whole event. See if I can find the post. This one? Yeah, learn more about the adventure and details and resource exchange here. Yeah, they definitely need to add. They definitely need to add the end date of the shop at the bottom of the shop or at the top of the shop. They need to add that. They definitely do. It's one more thing that they have to do. It's one more step, but I think it'll help. Here we go. Okay, I really want them to know that we've been asking and very much need a way to test Osh and Maestro battles so we can practice these fights and test heroes for them in some way. Good suggestion. I've seen this before, and make sure to add it to your quality of life requests. Okay, so in Hero Wars Dominion era, we have these City of Asgard boss fights, right? City of Asgard, we have the Osh fight, and we have the Maestro fight. And there are some strong players. The Phantom Orchestra, Mihai here, got 912 million damage. Mishu Pishu, 802 million. In the Cradle of Stars last week, we have 1.8 billion from Dita, 1.8 billion from One Punch Man, so on and so on and so on and so on. The problem with these fights is we don't really have a way to practice our manual mode strategies, and that is how you get the big numbers. Never mind that these players are very likely cheating using third-party programs, Hero Wars Simulator, Hero Wars Assistant, Hero Wars Goodwin, all of those. Never mind that they're probably utilizing those to restart fights. But in those programs, not necessarily the ability to train against these bosses. Maybe there is. I don't know. But I will tell you this. I did update on the blog. I did update the blog post to include the best teams for 2026 so far. Okay. There's an individual that has the current record. I believe they have the current record on Hero Wars Web for the most damage dealt. And while this is not their teams, it's very close. It's the exact teams that they're using, but it's not their teams that are being chosen here. So you have, this is the best team by far. Here is the power levels of those heroes. They did 170 million damage. This is Team 2, 78 million damage. This is Team 3. They did 48 million damage. Here's Team 4. They have an underleveled Galahad and Yasmin. I'm not really sure why their Galahad and Yasmin is underleveled. Is it intentional to get high numbers for Maestro, or is it because they just haven't leveled up their Galahad and their Yasmin yet? There you go. And then here's the Team 5 for Maestro getting 13.5 million damage. So collectively, they got over 1 billion damage. 870 plus 80 is about 950 plus about 50. It's about 1 billion damage. And then you got like another 40 million right here to add on top of that to push it over. Right. So yeah, here's the updated. Oh, and here's the buffs that those players used. And it is worth mentioning that some of the buffs aren't there every week on Maestro. Some buffs are just not there on Maestro. Some weeks they're there, some weeks they're not. Different buffs each week. Not sure why, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So here is the best teams for the level 160 Maestro boss so far. Considering Electra, considering Fluffy, these are still the best teams. Now, again, I don't know if these players are practicing on their own. I don't know what they're doing. But there you go. And it's just right here on the blog. We're going to pin it to the top of the page. The 2025 Maestro best teams got over almost a half a million views in 2025. So pretty excited to update this one. And we'll have the Osh update in the next week whenever we have another Osh opportunity this weekend. Yeah. Yeah. Would love the opportunity to train, though. Would love the opportunity to train versus Maestro, the Phantom Orchestra, and Osh and the Cradle of Stars. Would love the opportunity. Love it. Yeah. The next Starboard topic. It would be nice to transfer totem fragments. Here we go. It would be nice to transfer totem fragments when you have completed all totems. Second of all, it'd be really nice to be able to transfer totem spheres to any players, also those that have max totems. So one of the things that I think changed with Totem Fusion is we know about the ability to sell totem fragments. If you had all 30 totems, that is all 5 totems at 6-star, that's 30 totem fragments, you used to be able to sell a totem fragment for 200,000 emeralds. And they took away that ability because players were getting emeralds too easily. They were trying to make emeralds more impactful. They were trying to raise the value artificially of emeralds, right? It was cheaper to buy a totem and then sell it for emeralds than it was to buy emeralds, if that makes sense. So you still have the ability to gift totems to people. However, if that person has maxed totem fragments, you can't gift them a totem fragment. You just can't. The mechanic is blocked. And why would you want to do that? Well, me personally, for example, my big fatty earthy totem has maxed rank Totem Fusion. Okay. Now my light totem does not. We're still working on our light totem. That's okay. But assume for a second that I had my earth and my light totem at absolute 5, level 5 skills, the exact skills that we want for both. And, both my earth and my light, maybe even my other totems as well. And maybe I want somebody in my guild like D. Warman or Viking, Lewis Carr, maybe one of my viewers. That would be kind of fun, right? That'd be kind of fun. Maybe I want to give those players some Totem Fusion material. Well, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can only give totems if they don't have all of them maxed out, which is a small nuance that only a small percentage of players really have to deal with. Because for the most part, especially my audience, my audience doesn't have max totems. My big fatty cark, yeah. Yeah. Now that totems are devalued to a few dollars, they should be thrown around much easier. Yeah. You can still transfer totems to other players, though. There's an automated system. Not if they have max totems. You can transfer them, but not if they have max totems. That is currently blocked. That is what I understand. Anyway. The ability to transfer totem spheres to any player, which might be what this person is requesting. You can read it specifically here. Second of all, it'd be really nice to be able to transfer totem spheres to any player. This person is trying to sell totem fragments. They're trying to sell them. They're trying to go on Facebook, on Discord, and sell totem fragment. Imagine if I was here and I'm like, hey guys, I got the totem fragment. I don't need it. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let's do a little bid. Let's do a little bid on it. Right? Start the bidding at $10. And I sell it for $25 or $35 or whatever. Okay. So I spend $50. I spend $50 during the Titus event, right? And I unlock all of the things, the red gifted a minion, all of the other resources. I get the maxed Titus. I get the totem fragment of my choice. And sure, it cost me $50, but I got a lot of resources on the way as well. But I don't need the totem, so I decide to sell it. Get a little bit of my money back. Get a little bit of my money back, right? No, that'll never happen. They'll never give the ability to give a totem to anybody. It'll have to be somebody in your guild. And even then, I mean, we're a slippery slope here. Definitely slippery slope with selling totems. Definitely a slippery slope. It's happening already. People are transferring servers, joining guilds, getting gifted a totem for money, real money. Not full $50, but like $20. You know, it's happening. It is. 100% it is. Let's see. And then the last Starboard question that was answered today, a discussion about Verdok Soulstones. So this is a very cheeky answer that Sandra gave us. The question is when will Verdok Soulstones appear for summoning? That means in the Titan summoning spheres in the Guild Island, right? The Circle of Summoning. When will Verdok Soulstones appear here? And then, of course, when will Asherona Soulstones and then Titus, Lumira, and then Obscura, I think is the Darkness Titan's name. When are they going to be added? So she goes, I can't reveal the exact date, which is true. I know the exact date. I know. I can explain a bit in terms of how it generally works. A Titan unlocks for summoning in the summoning circle, right? A Titan unlocks after 2 Titan releases. More specifically, the unlock happens at the start of its adventure. So what Sandra is saying here without actually saying it is that Verdok Soulstones will be available from the Circle of Summoning when the Titus event goes live. All right. So in February, when the Titus event goes live, we'll be able to get more Verdok Soulstones. So if you didn't finish Verdok, chances are that his Soulstones will be added. It's very unlikely that his artifacts will be added. At least not the seal. You can't get the seal anyway. You can't get the seal. Well, yeah, you can. The artifact weapon might be added, but you can buy it. Right? They'll probably add the ability to buy his artifact weapon, if it hasn't been already, actually. Like you go into the artifacts. Where's my Verdok? Here we go. And then you go. Oh, you can't even open it up. Like you go to the merchant here, and then there's the list that you can't buy seals out of here. But I bet you that they add Verdok's artifact weapon in here the same day that Titus goes live as well. Of course, his seal, the new seal that he, Asherona, and Titus have, the whatever this is, Seal of Nature, that will be added probably a month or 2 after Titus is added to the Big Money Blue Balls Altar of the Elements. That would be my guess. That would be my guess. Yeah. No, Merrick, it'll be a couple of months. It'll be a couple of months for Asherona and Titus. Couple of months. Yeah. So let's draw some more winners. Darth Ludos. Darth Ludos. Let's see. I gotta do my attacks. So let's draw names while we do our attacks here. Guild War. Got both of my attacks left. Not what they seem. Oh, we are cruising. Oh, how many attacks do we have left? 6. We'll go ahead and clear this Galahad and this. We'll go ahead and clear this location. And we've got Darth Ludos is here. We have Darth Pananis and we have Darth Ludos. But there can only be 2. That's the rule of 2 from the Sith. How about Jacer 147? So Power Napper. Very interesting generic counter mage, counter control defense team. Seems like it would do very well against my line. Seems like it. But I think we have an opportunity that we don't have very often. Jacer. Nice. How about Colorado Kid 26? We have an opportunity here that we don't have very often. That is to use Kark. And I think we're going to. Use Kark. Kark doesn't really care about Corvus. Doesn't really care about Isaac. Right. Nebula boosted Isaac. Nebula boosted Sebastian. We don't have much in the way of control in this line. Kark does do a triple stun, but who cares? As a matter of fact, we could throw a Fluffy in here to counter that Sebastian, but I don't think it's necessary. We are going to use Aiden for the healer. Colorado Kid is here. Nice. And Thomas Holstrom. We could use Lara Croft here. We'll be countered by that Sebastian. That is a shame. But it is doable. It's something we could do. We could add in like Kayla. Let's do Lara Croft. We could use Goose. Fluffy. Let's just use Fluffy here. Let's just use Fluffy to counter the first Sebastian. Let's go Vex. We'll go Mara here. We'll go Chorus. The pet doesn't really matter. But I think we are going to go ahead and go with Chorus just in case Isaac gets a silence off. And we'll go with Swift Warriors here. So the idea behind this team, Thomas Holstrom is here. The idea behind this team is big Kark 3-way. All right. Kark is going to crush 3 heroes at once. He's going to get energized by the murder. Look at the stun. Look at the big stun. We might not even get a Kark ult. Here. There we go. Well, it didn't kill hardly anybody. There's the murder. There's the murder that I'm talking about. Did you guys see the murder? It was a mass casualty event. Mass casualty. This is why I love Kark so much. This is why he is our Lord and Savior. All right. This is why. At the end, Kark is going to get 2 Gibbs. He's going to click that Isaac, and he's going to click on that Nebula. You just click on their head, and they fall over, right? That's how first-person shooter works. Thomas Holstrom, I got you. Of course, the Lara Croft stun doesn't hurt. No kills there. Armor artifact, maybe. There's a Nebula physical attack artifact. And then you're going to see Isaac gone, Nebula gone. That re-energizes Kark again. And then he's going to go ahead and go Dorian, Sebastian. That's it. That's it, and that's all. Power napper indeed. Power napper. Taking a nap. He gone. He gone. Reagan Rossner. Reagan Rossner. What about our Clash of Worlds? Oh, we got one hero attack left. We got one hero attack left, and we are losing. We are losing. Alchemy Tower, I guess, is what I should contribute to. I don't even know what I have left. Like a Qing Mao Nebula, maybe, for these mages. I've got Lara. I've got Nebula. Reagan is here. Coin flipper. Coin flipper. Coin flipper. Do I have Morgan left? I do have Morgan. Does Morgan stand in front of or behind Qing Mao? Okay. 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 I have Kayla left. Double heals, man. That's crazy. Double heals. Qingmao doesn't do that great versus Electro. I'm not sure what I have that can do well versus this team. I'm not sure what I have left. Maybe something like Yasmin, Ninja Turtles, Arachne, Jorgen. Vex. Oh, shoot. Thought I was in testing, guys. Thought I was in testing. Thought I was in testing here. Well, that's okay. Yeah, Yasmin is not going to do very well versus Gus. Thought I was in testing. Yeah. Sorry, Viking. Hold on. Okay, car is done. Car is done. Car is done. No coin flipper. How about Big Mike? Big Mike. Getting messages on Discord. Very cool. Let's finish this strong, guys. Let's finish this strong. Let's get done and get out of here. I got some errands to run now. Big Mike. And number 30 is Glenn Malvaso. Number 30 is Glenn. Ooh. iOS player. Very cool, very cool, very cool. All right. So tomorrow, guys, tomorrow is the Thursday later in the evening. I need to brush my hair. Thursday is the later in the evening live stream, and we'll be there 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We might play World of Warcraft the whole time. No promises, no guarantees. No, we're not gonna do that. We'll play Hero Wars. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me today. We'll look for emails and everything from you all to finalize. Make sure I got everybody on the same page. Guess I gotta drive up to the walk. Actually, I guess I gotta walk. I gotta walk up to the shop to get the Chevy Equinox. It's done. I need to cut my hair. Nah. At least once a week, somebody at the grocery store says I look like Thor. So, no shot. No shot. Please subscribe if you're not already. Turn on notifications to never miss a live stream. Like if you found this entertaining, educational. Yeah, I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.